Hello friends, myself Gaurav Nagdev and today's topic is compound vapor compression refrigeration system. As we all know, in simple vapor compression refrigeration system, low pressure vapor refrigerant from the evaporator is compressed in a single stage or in a single compressor and then delivered to a condenser at a high pressure. But sometimes the vapor refrigerant is required to be delivered at a very high pressure as in case of low temperature refrigerating system. In such cases, either we should compress the vapor refrigerant by employing a single stage compressor with a very high pressure ratio between the condenser and evaporator, or compress it in two or more compressors placed in a series. Okay. The compression carried out in two or more compressors is called as compound compression or multi-staging in the compression system. So, what are the advantages of compound vapor compression refrigeration system with using intercooler? The first one is the work done per kg of refrigerant is reduced in compound compression with intercooler as compared to single stage compression for the same delivery pressure. Okay. Second one is it improves the volumetric efficiency for the given pressure ratio. Third one is the sizes of the two cylinders, that is high pressure and low pressure, may be adjusted to suit the volume and pressure of the refrigerant. Okay. Now next is it reduces the leakage loss considerably. Number 5, it gives more uniform torque and hence a smaller size flywheel is needed. Okay. Number 6, it provides effective lubrication because of low temperature range. And number 7, it reduces the cost of compressor. Okay. By these are the advantages of using compound compression or multi-staging in vapor compression refrigeration system with intercooler. Now moving towards why we are doing multi-staging in vapor compression refrigeration system. There are some drawbacks of single stage vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay. The performance of single stage system shows that these are adequate as long as the temperature difference between evaporator and condenser is small. Okay. The temperature lift can become large either due to the requirement of very low evaporator temperature and or due to requirement of very high condensing temperature. For example, in frozen food industries, the required evaporator can be as low as minus 40 degrees centigrade, while in chemical industries, temperatures as low as minus 150 degrees centigrade may be required for liquefaction of gases. On the condenser side, refrigeration system is used as heat pump for heating applications such as process heating, drying, etc. So, what are the different types of vapor compression refrigeration system with using intercooler? There are basic 7 types of compound VCRS. We will study one by one. Number 1, that is two-stage compression with liquid intercooler. Number 2, two-stage compression with water intercooler. Number 3, two-stage compression with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid flash chamber. Number 4, two-stage compression with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and flash intercooler. 3-stage compression with flash chamber. Next is 3-stage compression with water intercooler. And number 7, 3-stage compression with flash intercooler. We will study one by one. Now first type is 2-stage compression with liquid intercooler. So as shown in the diagram, there are two compressors which are used for the completion of this system. In simple vapor compression refrigeration system, we have studied by using compressor, condenser, expansion valve and evaporator in single quantity. We complete the process of compression. But in this type we will use two compressors. That is, first one is low pressure compressor, second one is high pressure compressor. So we will start from the low pressure compressor. The function of the compressor which is used in this is hermetically sealed compressor. It get the refrigerant came from the evaporator which is in the form of vapor. The condition of refrigerant after evaporation process come to the point number 1, means before entering in the low pressure compressor is low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant. In low pressure compressor it get compressed, that means the temperature as well as pressure increases in low pressure compressor. And we will get the condition at point number 2 is high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant. This condition of refrigerant is passed to the liquid intercooler, where in liquid intercooler the temperature get reduced while the pressure remains same. Okay. After this the condition of refrigerant at point 3 is low temperature, high pressure vapor refrigerant. This condition of refrigerant is passed to the high pressure compressor, or we can say from second compressor, where it get compressed, and the condition after the passing the refrigerant through high pressure compressor is high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant at point number 4. This condition of refrigerant is passes through the condenser, in which heat is transferred or heat is extracted from the refrigerant. That means cooling fan is provided inside the condenser or cooler, which transfer the heat from refrigerant to atmosphere. That means in this, or we can say in condenser, the cooling process is done. In condenser there may be phase change from vapor to liquid. Means in condensation process there is phase change process from liquid refrigerant to from vapor refrigerant to liquid refrigerant. So at point number 5 we will get the condition of refrigerant, that is low temperature, high pressure liquid refrigerant. This condition of refrigerant is passes through the two expansion valve, that is expansion valve 1 and expansion valve 2, where the pressure get reduces. Okay, where the pressure gets reduces. And we will get the point number 6 after passing the refrigerant from both the expansion valve. So after passing the refrigerant from both the expansion valves, we will pass to the evaporator. Now what is the function of evaporator? Evaporation process is done. Evaporation process is done means in evaporator the phase changes from liquid to vapor for passing to the low pressure compressor, because in compressor only gases or vapors only compress, liquid cannot be compressed. In this way total process is completed. Now if we have to plot, or if we have to understand these processes from point number 1 to point number 6 on the pH chart, that is pressure enthalpy chart, then we can easily plot them. So for plotting point number 1, that is the at lower position, that is low temperature low pressure vapor refrigerant, then we will plot on the saturation vapor line by considering the lower pressure in the evaporator. We will draw the horizontal line from pressure line up to the saturation vapor line. We will get the point number 1, and if we have to calculate the enthalpy of point number 1, then we will draw the vertical line downwards or upwards at the enthalpy line, and we will mark that point and we will write the value of that point, which is H1. Now 1 to 2 is the process of compression. In compression process, temperature and pressure get increases isentropically. Now what is the isentropic process? So isentropic process is the process in which before process and after process the entropy of the system remains constant or remains same. Okay, so if we have to plot the point number 2 on the psychrometry chart, then we have to consider the entropy lines nearer to the point number 1, and we have to draw the parallel line according to the entropy line. At point number 2, the pressure increases, the value will be marked on the pressure line and draw the horizontal line. And point number 1 to point number 2, if we have to mark, we have to draw the line parallel to entropy line, and we have to extend up to the pressure higher than the evaporation pressure. Then we will mark point number 2, and we have to find the enthalpy by drawing vertical line downwards and mark the value of that point, that is the value of the H2. Now 2 to 3 is the in liquid intercooler. In liquid intercooler only temperature get reduces, pressure remains same. That means point number 2 will be on the superheated region and point number 3 will be on the saturation region at the saturation vapor line. Now 3 to 4 is the again compression process. In high pressure compressor, the pressure get increases to the condenser pressure, or we can say the higher pressure compressor. Then same 3 to 4 is the isentropic process, and same way we will plot point number 4 by considering entropy line. We will get point number 4. Now 4 to 5 is the condensation process, in which phase changes from saturation vapor to saturation liquid. Then we will get point number 5 on the saturation liquid line. Now 5 to 6, in 5 to 6 there are two expansion valves attached, and due to this the pressure get increases the pressure gets decreases from condenser pressure to the evaporator pressure, that is the lower pressure. Then we will get the point number 6. If we have to measure the value of point number 5, that is HF5, then we will draw the vertical line downwards. Okay, and then we have to plot, or we have to measure the value of enthalpy, that is HF5, and HF5 and point number 6 will be on the same vertical line, hence the value of HF5 equal to HF6. If we have to calculate or if we have to measure the masses in the individual compressor, then we will take M1 will be the mass of refrigerant passing through the evaporator or low pressure compressor, okay, or low pressure compressor, and M2 will be the mass of refrigerant passing through the high pressure compressor, okay, to the high pressure compressor. Then if we have to calculate the mass of liquid intercooler, then we will take M3 will be the mass of liquid intercooler, and if we have to calculate, then we have to subtract the mass of high pressure compressor from the low pressure compressor. That will be M3 equal to M2 minus M1. For calculating or finding the value of M2, that is mass of refrigerant in high pressure compressor, may be calculated by considering thermal equilibrium for the liquid intercooler, okay. So for taking thermal equilibrium, we have to consider heat taken by the liquid intercooler equal to heat given by the liquid intercooler, okay. So formula will be M2 into HF5 plus M1 into H2 equal to M1 into S6 plus M2 into H3, okay. By solving this, we will get the value of M2 equal to M1 into S2 minus S6 divided by S3 minus HF5, okay. By solving, we will get the final value of M2 equal to M1 into S2 minus HF5 divided by S3 minus HF5. And if we have to calculate the value of mass in the intercooler, then M3 equal to M2 minus M1. We have to plot the value of M2 in this equation, then the equation will be M1 into S2 minus HF5 divided by S3 minus HF5 minus M1 equal to M1 into S2 minus S3 divided by S3 minus HF5, okay. In this way we can calculate the value of M3, that is the mass of liquid refrigerant evaporator in the intercooler. If we have to calculate the refrigeration effect, then we can calculate with this formula, that is refrigeration effect. We will get in the evaporator, and we have to consider the mass in the evaporator, that is M1 into H1 minus HF. Then the formula will be M1 into H1 minus HF5 equal to 210 into Q, okay? That is in kilojoule per minute, where Q is the load on the evaporator in turn of refrigeration. And if we have to calculate the total work done in compressor, then we have to consider the individual work done in both the compressor and we have to add. Hence the formula will be W equal to M1 into S2 minus H1 plus M2 into H4 minus S3. In this way we can calculate the work done in both the compressor. If we have to calculate the power required, then simply we have to divide the work done by 60, then we will get the value of power in kilowatt. And finally we have to calculate the value of COP, that is coefficient of performance. Then formula will be, it is the ratio between refrigeration effect to the work done, and the formula for calculating this equal to M1 into H1 minus HF5 divided by work done, that is M1 into S2 minus H1 plus M2 into H4 minus S3 equal to 210 Q divided by power into 60, okay. In this way we can calculate the value of COP in this process. Thank you.